Hey guys, what's going on? It's Herblin here with another episode of Dwarf Fortress. So I guess we're going to be working on a couple of new projects today. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the game and the gameplay elements and the things that I hadn't been as experienced with. And I want to start working on some new stuff. Now we have this great hall over here and it's been good so far. It's suited our purposes and it's fairly royal. I mean, we've got our silver statues, our limestone statues. We've got all these, all these statues built in here, some nice tables and some chairs. But let's make something truly amazing, a really good place for the dwarves to hang out. Now, we have this big waterfall, and we're doing absolutely nothing with it. I might not be the one to do this, given my experience with water, but I think it would be a lot of fun to come in here and build a new, just something huge, like just a gigantic great hall. Just a huge place for the dwarves to come in and eat and drink and hang out. Now, once we have this dug out, I want to put a little window here. I want to dig this out and let the waterfall drain as a big centerpiece window, like a mural. So in the center of the great hall, some light comes in shimmering through from behind the water, and that's something that they have to look at. That's something that runs down on the far side. Hopefully it doesn't just drip all over the water, or the water doesn't just drip all over the floor. I might need to put some kind of channels or a way for that water to drain back out that does, but I think it's going to look really good, and I'm really excited about this idea. It's just something, we haven't been using that waterfall, and it's a resource that we have, and not all fortresses have these enormous waterfalls like that. So yeah, I mean, you can see our past experience with water, and it's never been really that good. But I think it would be a lot of fun. Like, it's going to be something we should definitely try out, I think. We also caught all these animals from the... we caught all these animals and all this new equipment from the elves. And I'm going to be getting and taking care of that and taking charge of some of that stuff. I don't know if I have access to it yet or if I have to do some kind of weird claiming thing. But I'm going to try. Why are they... They stopped digging due to damp stone being located? Why would there be damp stone? Oh, because above there's water. There's just water above. It's should be completely safe to mine there. Now, do we have access to these animals? I've been wondering. If we assign an animal to the cave, do we have... No, we don't seem to have those cougars or anything. Maybe we have to disassemble the trade depot. I'm going to remove that building. Merchants are present and they'll lose their profits. Well, that's okay. I don't really care about the Alvin merchants. That's weird. We have to disassemble that after they leave to take that over, but so be it. So be it. Finding lots of neat little metals and stuff. Gold in the walls. There's gold in the walls here. Ooh, we'll want to melt that down. I don't want to really dig. I guess we could dig some of it out and replace it with something else, but that seems like something that could be damaged. I have to see what else shows up in the new chambers here. Hopefully there's no kind of cave-in or anything. But they're finding lots of damp stones, so far. Ugh. We're gonna have to come in and reassign a lot of these jobs because I think it's just the fact that there's a river above. Don't think water's actually gonna get in. Shouldn't get in. Unless there's some kind of weird secret pocket or secret river going in here right behind the waterfall, which I can't imagine. It's just going to annoy us with all these, hey, there's damp stone here and I can't dig here, explanations that will keep making me have to reassign work roles for them. Because there's all these tunnels directly above them full of water, and every time I think they go over one of those, it's going to give me one of these little warnings. Hey, I can't dig here, there's water somewhere nearby. So, this is very cringy, this is awful. Come on. I'm literally unpausing every few seconds. I'm going to speed up the process here. Okay, that was quite a task to get done. That was a lot of pausing and unpausing. So what happens in Dwarf Fortress is when the dwarves think that they've detected water nearby, they immediately shut down the job. They stop working on it because they don't want to tile into something where there could be work and they could be where there could be water that could flood into the base. So they stop, but if you reassign it, they'll dig it out anyways. So every time they dug underneath this water up top, they decided to shut down the job and say it's too dangerous, I don't want to do it. And they paused the game for every single stone that they hit. So for basically every single one of these tiles that we dug under, we got a pause game out of it at some point. So it took quite a while. But look at this, the just enormous size of this room. And tell me that that won't be worth it until the base is flooded. Which it will be, I'm sure. Because that's just the way this game likes to go. Ooh, better remove any designations of smoothing stone out in that underwater chamber. But now we have the enormous task of needing to smooth this area out, as well as creating a sort of drainage chamber, just in case some kind of water gets into the base from that waterfall, which is a possibility, right? I mean, we're literally opening up the waterfall to come and inviting it almost right into our fortress. Ooh, hey. Moo's run out of unrendered fat, so he's not able to do that, and he's just back to creating a meal. I thought maybe he was out of running out of food, but thankfully that's not the case. So these guys have the really super long task of clearing out this, smoothing it out, and all of these rocks have to be brought up and put somewhere as well. Now there's a lot of copper, there's a lot of looks like limestone. We hit ruby at some point as well, bauxite. I'm not sure if there's any use for that. But yeah, we've hit some rough rubies, malachite, just tons of different things that were in the rocks here. Really interesting, different metals and stuff. We still found that little bit of metal of that gold, but I'd like to find a little bit more than just digging it out of our walls, because that's something that's pretty unique and pretty rare, and we can make some really fine furniture out of that. This area still hasn't unfrozen. We're waiting for this ice to just go away. And I think we're gonna have a mess on our hands once that becomes a thing. There. Have somebody go down there and mine that guy out while we're watching, see what happens to it. Because maybe it's warm enough that it won't refreeze over, but I doubt it. Shouldn't instantly refreeze over though, right? I mean, we smash ice in a real world situation. Would it just instantly? Yeah, it is still instantly freezing back over. That's too bad. I'd really like to get that guy out of there. At least see what happens to the poor guy. Oh well. That'll be cool. I wonder once this drains if it'll start, if some of the water, or once that melts, if some of the water will just fall down into the river below too. With the waterfall. All the way down here. And we can take a look at the minerals that we have down here. We've got some kind of blood down here. I wonder what that comes from. Huh. This looks like dwarf blood, some of it. I wonder if it's just filtering down through here, if it's something that people have fallen, or... I'm really not too sure. Pretty interesting stuff, though. Looks like we got a lot of different types of minerals and metals down, a lot further down than we do up top. And as well as possibly some gold, native gold, yeah. So we are in a very mineral-rich zone. And there's going to be a lot of building opportunities, a lot of metalworking opportunities that should present themselves to us. Now, you might be wondering what I did with these two little doors here. The honest answer is I'm not entirely sure, but I want to create some way for that metal, or sorry, for that. Oops, what did I just do there? I want to create a way for that waterfall, sorry, if it gets into the base, I want a way for it to start draining instead of going right into our base and flooding this level as well and killing us some more and just causing all those good problems that we're so used to at this point. I'd like to have somewhere where that water could go, somewhere where we could control it from. Let's put an upward stairwell here. Interesting. I'm not sure what that 7 means. Stairwell. So, priority. I prioritize that stuff. Okay, yeah, I've set mining as a priority thing to happen because I'm tired of waiting for people to go out and do things like that. Mining is more important for me than the miners walking around hauling things out of buildings and hauling things around. So anyways, these guys are going to dig little stairways down here. I'm going to put a little channel, and then I want to just put a little hole there, maybe with a storm grate or something, so that if a mob comes up and somehow manages to get in there, they won't be able to get into our fortress. Some migrants have arrived despite the danger. I guess we've gotten some bit of a bad reputation, a dangerous reputation. Though people are still willing to move. Why do we have, we still have merchants here? We still have, that's really weird. We still have merchants, saying the merchants are still here, but I don't have anybody that I can attack. I have absolutely no idea why that's working like that. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little channel here. Yeah, so we're gonna channel that out, make a little hole there, and then we're gonna do a little tunnel underneath, going as a little drainage. You'll see what I mean in a few minutes once it's actually been done. But I think it'll work. I mean, I think it will work. I hope it will work. I really hope it will work, because otherwise I've just created a big death trap again. And that's not my intent. There. So then we'll mine. No, we'll mine starting here. And we'll attach it here, and we'll just keep it going. And we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll just do a little tunnel. A little drainage tunnel coming up here, and we'll have it end up draining right out there. And we'll put like I said, we'll put on those little storm grates just in case some kind of creature manages to get in there. I don't think they will, but just in case. That way we're not opening ourselves up to an attack or some weird way for something to get into the fortress, or something that can fly to just swoop down there, or who knows what we'll be facing in the future. You never know with this game. Looks like we got a lot of guys doing nothing again. It's time for another scavenging run. If we have people that can do that. Oh, these are the migrants. I've got to go and assign some jobs to these guys, I guess, because they are doing, like, they're just recklessly doing absolutely nothing. As expected of migrants. Oh, man. 25 idlers. I don't understand why. What are these guys doing? Oh, these are children playing make-believe. These guys are sparring in the military. We've got people picking up equipment and moving things around. I'm going to give some hunting jobs out to those that can do it. And a couple plant gathering jobs as well. There we go. Hopefully they clear out what they're doing and start working on picking up some equipment, or going out and catching us some food to help feed the newcomers. Because that's going to be a problem if we have that. If we have so many people in our fort, and we could easily run out of food. Because, you know, the amount of food that we had before was working just fine for us. But now that we have all these new guys, who knows? Like, who really knows? So we need to put in one of those. Well, I'm gonna put. I guess I'll have to put that grate in later, once the mining's already been done. Oh shoot! My mistake. Remove that designation. There. Sorry about that. No, I've been trying to prioritize mining a lot higher lately. Like I was saying, you can prioritize things in numbers of 7. At 7, they should go pretty much drop whatever they're doing and just go do this right away. Because to me, mining is something that, you know, getting the base ready and getting the base built, that's a big deal. And I guess I get bored, and I don't like waiting around for somebody to go do it. And then we're going to want to put in one of those grates or whatever in there once they have that dug out. So saying the merchants have embarked on a journey of some kind, but I have no idea how. I really believe that we killed them all, and that's just some kind of weird automated message. I hope. Otherwise, we've got elves going back to explain that we just robbed them. And that would not be good. I don't know that we're ready for a full attack from the elves, but I guess we'd find out. I mean, we should be ready. We've got 2 squads of guys training up all the time. But it's really hard to say. It's hard to say. I guess it would depend a lot on how many elves were brought along, right? So let's put in that grate in here if we can find it. Now there's a wall grate and a floor grate. We want the wall grate. There we go. And we've got a couple leg grates, and we'll put them in right here and here. Have somebody come bring those down in there. Then I'm just going to assign the new job of actually digging this out. This is the scary moment of the truth part. See how that goes. They're probably going to cancel each one of those jobs first. Probably due to water at some point. Maybe. I could be wrong. And I have been wrong before. And it looks like I was wrong this time. Doesn't even look like we need that little flood protection. And I guess putting in the grates below is kind of pointless when we have this huge honking hole sitting wide open anyways that we've made for ourselves. But just way too cool to pass up that opportunity. Once the water starts flying down here, we should see mist generating here. But right now it's still ice. We still got a lot of ice. Some of the water's starting to melt, but it looks like the choke point along the end of the river is still all completely ice. For now. The Great Hull's coming along amazing. New hull. That should be the place. I think that's going to be the place where the dwarves are hanging out the most. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with this room. It kind of seems small and underwhelming to stick a bunch of statues in there and artifacts, considering, you know, the hall is going to be just so much bigger now. Maybe I'll make this like the entrance to it, and we'll expand on this room a little bit more. I think that would be best. Yeah, let's expand on it in kind of an interesting way. Do a weird little design with it. There. Might look a little strange, but that's okay. Little artistic for dwarves needs possibly, but there. Let's see how that turns out, and then we'll get that all smoothed out eventually as well. And we'll fill that up with artifacts and make that into some kind of really interesting museum and some kind of different room. And maybe dwarves will start hosting parties in there if we put enough statues in there or whatever. And that'll be the place that they can go hang out and get some happy thoughts from. How's that drainage situation going? This spot's still completely frozen over. That's really annoying. I want that to just show me what's going to happen. I wish the spring would just start heating up a little bit quicker and we could see what happened with that underground area. I'd like to reclaim it, but if it's not going to be reclaimable, I'd like to know sooner than later, rather than waiting around and figuring out what's going to happen to it. Still got a little bit of water in here. That should slowly get sucked up by the dirt, I think, though. That's below it. Because, yeah, it's all muddy and everything down here. It's not enough water to create enough pressure to open up if we open up that floodgate, so I'm just going to leave that closed. But over time, this water should dry up. Assuming I have some kind of understanding of the mechanics. Oh, that's so cool. So all this stuff that looks almost like smoke is flying in, that's actually mist. And when dwarves encounter mist, it makes them really happy. So this guy's satisfied with his work. Frustrated with the scarcity of cages and chains, and was dejected after being unable to acquire something. What about this guy? This guy was satisfied with work. Strange. Let's take a look at somebody else over here. One of our miners. Ineth. What's Ineth saying? Why can't we get that information on him? There we go. He finished. So these guys are all just satisfied with the work. They're just satisfied with the work that they're doing, not dissatisfied. But everybody in here seems really happy with the work that they're doing. And I mean, they should be. Look at this great hall that they've all come together and they finally achieved. That's something. Oh, I left a spot here, but that's something that we wouldn't have really imagined happening at one point, especially when the other great hall went underwater. And then it became a tavern and went underwater some more. I didn't see this ever happening at that point, so we're getting a lot further than I had expected to. Getting a lot further than my skill level I would have thought would have brought us. Alright. How is... Ooh, water's pouring out of here. That guy that was dead in there is washed out at some point. It's probably down here somewhere. See if we can find him. Just going down this slope. I don't see any bodies. Ugh. So I'm not sure what happened to that guy. That guy that was in there frozen behind the ice. But I'm sure the water must have pushed him out at some point. I can't see him still being... Yeah, he wouldn't be under the water or anything there. But... Oh, hey. Some blood. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that guy. But he must have gotten pushed down here somewhere, and I just haven't been able to spot him yet. Someday I'm sure he'll turn up, or he'll start haunting us, or something terrible. But yeah, somebody found a brewer dead. That was probably him. I think that was probably him. Who knows? Yeah, so that's draining. That's really good news. And as long as it doesn't start filling up again, we'll be in good shape. Yeah, it's not going to. Because see, this area, if you can see where my cursor is, this is the area that was filling up with water before and was working its way down into our fort. And that's where it was flooding. So over time, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but over a very long time, we should slowly start being able to come back down here. And slowly start being able to come back into this room and come back down here and start picking up some of the gear and some of the equipment that's been left behind. And maybe turning these old bedrooms into some kind of farm. Now that we can irrigate them so well. Now that we can irrigate them, maybe we'll turn that into some kind of underground farm. And I think the idea of building a fish farm inside would be really good as well. So that we have fishing all year round. Instead of just during the summer months. So this museum area as well, also getting dug out. And our Great Hall is coming along really nicely too. Still got a lot of idlers. We're going to have to sort those out. Probably kind of an off-camera type job. Because Dwarf Therapist is not picking them up. I might have to start enabling automatic jobs. Oh no, Dwarf Therapist is picking them up now. Good. Are a lot of these guys unable to work? Why is that guy all red? Horrified after witnessing death. These people are all horrified. I guess their morale is pretty low. For a lot of them. But let's just mass assign... Oh, we can't assign anything to these guys. So these guys are all just horrified, I guess, and unable to work in that state of mind. That's too bad. So I could use some new workers. Damn. Well, let's assign who we can to plant gathering in the meantime. Commit these guys, and we'll have to figure out that morale issue before it gets too out of hand. Because that's not a good sign when everybody is too horrified to work. Or if they're pretending to be too horrified to work. Either way, it's not good news. I'm gonna start melting down malachite again. I want a lot more copper. I realize I want more copper furniture. I want lots of copper tables. I don't want to put wooden tables in our new Great Hall. I don't want to ruin it with something so simple. Let's at least make copper. I mean, we won't be able to find enough silver or gold for way too long. But hey, just a big row of copper tables, that would be really cool. Especially for all the different, for the dwarves to start doing. And we could start encrusting some of the furniture with gems as well, now that we have them too. I don't know why we're not cutting gems around the clock. I should have been on that. Actually, we found rubies, which I think are one of the good gems to find. There we go. So let's cut rubies, let's cut jades and rock crystals. And what else do we got? Pink jade. I don't know if that's good or not, but we'll set those to go just endlessly cutting gems with somebody that can do it. Yeah, so unlimited, you're unable to cut the onyx because we don't actually have onyx. But we do have rubies, so you should be able to get on that job pretty shortly. Yeah, and he's already on that. So we'll get some rubies cut up. I want to start throwing some gems into some of the furniture and just improving the overall quality of things around this fort. For too long, we've had a morale issue. and it's time to start turning things around and getting these dead guys buried. We're going to be able to come in here quite soon. I'm going to have to, unforbid some of the passages down here once this clears out a bit more. I don't want to be going in here until we get a little bit more of the water out of here. But yeah, like, who would have thought we would have got that, actually got that to work? So cool. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it here for this episode. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions, tips, or if you want a dwarf added in, just let me know, because I'd be more than happy to add you in as a dwarf. I'm not sure how often you'll get seen. I can't guarantee your survival rate, but I'd definitely be more than happy to add anybody in that wants to be added in as a dwarf. Also, leave a like if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I do put out Dwarf Fortress videos quite often. I'm trying to get a video a day. Sometimes I miss it on the weekend, but I am really trying to get out Dwarf Fortress videos. And I mean, I'm learning as I go with this game as well. So I plan to keep going with this for quite some time, because I can't see myself running out of too much to do in this game. Anyways, guys, thank you so much again for watching. Until next time.